Morning everybody, how are you? What a beautiful morning, eh? Absolutely fantastic. You can see the sun just glancing through the trees. Aye. So yesterday we talked about the beginning of the 20 essential habits of highly passionate people. So part 2 today is probably the next 4 we're going to talk about. We'll just recap though. I mean, highly passionate people aren't just lucky. I mean, they do share common characteristics when you think about it. And work hard, they trust their instinct, and they persevere. I think that's the most common thing. They're nothing special, remember. You don't really need to be gifted. And you don't really need permission. The only thing holding you back really is the stories that you tell yourself every single day about how you can't do something, when in actual fact the solution's probably right in front of you. And that's probably the fundamental difference between somebody that's highly passionate and successful and somebody which maybe just doesn't get it that far. Morning Anne-Marie, morning Louise. So yesterday we spoke about excitement, courage, determination and positivity. So let's talk about the 4 next habits of highly passionate people and how you can mimic to help you become successful in anything you do as well. I think one of the key things for me is this single-mindedness approach. Being passionate doesn't mean limited to yourself or one passion. Morning Louise. I've been passionate about education, health, kendo, triathlon, investment strategies, talked about that recently, helping others, and the list is probably endless. Some of my previous passions, though, have now taken a back seat, while others still really remain, and I add to them all the time. Well, like vlogging, public speaking. You have to watch where I'm going because I'm climbing down steps here. I'll probably end up falling and whoa! That'll be great. That'll go viral. I'll take a wee seat here, my usual place. Vlogging, public speaking, social media and that. So obviously I'm quite passionate about that just now. Even though the fire has fizzled for some of my other passions, they've all left a spark within me, but they've taught me something. They've broadened my horizons and my perspective. Morning Francis. My passions change, but what remains is a constant single-mindedness, almost obsession, to keep listening to what life is calling me out for. I'm not going to pretend I've got it all figured out. Morning Andrea. Far from it. I know that I don't know what life has got in store for me, but realising this has freed me up to enjoy this moment right now. Morning Craig. Because I don't waste much time obsessing about how life should be. Live in the moment, work towards the ultimate goal. That's really it. So the 6th one is growth orientated. Following your passion makes you grow because you want to learn more. You tap into something greater than yourself. You're constantly being asked to step out your comfort zone, which leads to growth, to evolution. And I'm always looking to grow. Most people have said that about me, they're actually quite surprised. I want to discover more of the truth, to learn more about how the world works, why people do what they do. But you don't often want to lose the fun. Let's say you have to choose between 2 paths. Here's an example. Path 1 is faster, but it requires more discipline, and it is less fun. Path 2 is slower, but you'll enjoy it more. And in the past, I would have really chosen path 1 because I want it now. We live in a microwave society that wants everything in an instant, and they become very upset when they don't, these people. The key is not to burn out, and is to learn to choose path 2, because if you're enjoying yourself right now, it's not worth it to choose path 1 really. Morning Alana. Number 7, selective. Passionate people know when to say no. When you say no, you have the energy to what you feel that you're called to do. I used to jump out into too many things at once. We all have many interests, which is great, but it's really a double-edged sword. We want to do everything at once. So we say yes to everything, which means nothing gets done. Does that sound familiar? It has in my past. When I ask my staff and my friends what they want to do, they come up with a huge shopping list of huge proportions. And I often get frustrated. And they often get frustrated when I tell them just to pick one or two of these. We really can't do everything at once. You must pick the most important ones out of that. But it's hard to focus on just one thing when you have all these exciting things to do. But it helps to remember that you're experimenting. You simply choose what makes you most come to life and what you can take action on. You can't pick the wrong thing, remember, because any choice leads to learning. Number 8, non-perfectionists. This is me. Throughout the years, I've learned to ease up on my perfectionism. Instead of getting stuck on the little details, I've started focusing on the bigger picture. I'm more concerned about helping you rather than trying to make this vlog actually feel perfect to myself. This internal sense of perfectionism is really an illusion because I'm comparing my impression of perfection to the external world, which has had light years ahead of me in honing the art, and what I've only been doing for a few months effectively. It's much more important that I do my best and just hit that live button and pay attention to the feedback in here and what everybody's saying. For example, if you want to start blogging, just start. You don't need to be a professional team round about you or a design team. You don't need to have everything planned out either. Just do it. In the words of Nike, just do it. All you need to do is get your blog up and start writing, recording podcasts or making videos. That's the only way you'll know if you can ever like it. The key is to take a step, listen to your excitement, take another step, listen, and so on. And remember to forget the critics. Statues were never erected to critics. And if anyone judges you, it often says more about them than it does you. Remember though, don't forget to like and comment on this. And you have done here, so thank you very much. And if you get a chance, share it with other people and spread the love. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30.